Hello, Mr. Doody. I have some questions for you, if you don't mind me asking them. What do you consider to be the biggest economic opportunities for Greater Lincolnshire?
Okay, so the greatest economic opportunities facing Greater Lincolnshire, I believe, revolve around sector clusters. We've already seen a very successful energy estuary cluster around Humber. That's resulted in a large part of the freeports' success. We also have a very strong food cluster already operating both in the south of Lincolnshire and the north on the South Humber bank with the processing segment. We're linking both of those under what we're loosely calling the Food Valley concept at the moment. And our proposals are to put more resource behind that to get to a level where we're recognised as a top 10 in the world cluster for food innovation. And that's a really achievable aim based on our existing success. So the food sector has grown its GVA by more than double that of the UK over the past 10 years and has aspirations to add 2 billion to Greater Lincolnshire's GVA over the next 10 years. That's massive growth, and the opportunity that faces is something we're very keen to maximise. I would also mention just briefly that both the defence sector and the tourism sector both have great opportunity in front of them. The defence from the influx of RAF bases into the area where there are closures elsewhere in the country will mean more personnel arriving in our area at quite big numbers over the next 5 years. And tourism, of course, hoping to maximise on the staycation opportunities this year in the UK.
How important is collaborating in the success of very large-scale projects such as the Humber Freeport?
So collaboration was key behind the Humber Freeport's bid. We all believe that we had a really world-class opportunity because of what the Humber estuary already has in place. Its existing assets and expertise made a very compelling argument. But we still had to make a joined-up bid that government saw that everyone put their shoulders behind. That was important from local authorities, so we have 4 local authorities who all did a brilliant job, I believe, in supporting a bid unanimously, despite the fact that one of those local authorities wouldn't get one of the tax sites. So that was something that had to be overcome. But they did that. They joined it with private sector collaborators. MPs were very fully involved, and that showed the power of joining together all the institutions, and critically universities, both Hull and Lincoln, both put their expertise behind the bid. And the bid scored extremely highly based on being put so well together and an argument that was very hard to fight against. I would add that collaboration has always been important to Greater Lincolnshire. This is an area that isn't blessed with big population centres, and it's even more vital, therefore, that we join the dots and pull the expertise of the various corners of our region to make sure we make compelling arguments to government for support. The Towns bids were a great example of that, where we were successful in attracting over £130 million of investment for the next 12 to 18 months from the bids having talked to their people on the ground, so the general public and businesses, to put together a very compelling case to government that areas that had been left behind were able to get support to make really transformational changes to their local societies.
If you could ask for one major investment which would be a game changer for Greater Lincolnshire, what would it be?
So the big investment to change everything. Interestingly, we've just gone through a series of roundtables with various sectors of local businesses, so construction, ports, food, manufacturing, etc. So we've talked to over 50 of the region's largest employers, and we asked them all the question, what does levelling up mean to you? And unanimously, everyone came back with the same response: infrastructure. So the investment needs to be in infrastructure. It isn't down to one area, however. So while some areas of the area, some parts of the area welcome and desperately need improvements to road infrastructure, other parts want to see improvements to the rail infrastructure, the east-west links between the Humber and Manchester and Liverpool ports, and industrial heartlands, and broadband. So we never really stray very far from people wanting to have broadband in a better place. So gigabit broadband to the whole of the area is a really strong feature. And I guess if we had to pick out one thing to do, that would enable all sectors of business across the SME range to do their business more easily from the UK.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
So the one thing I would like to add finally is to congratulate the area on achieving its freeport status. That is a massive boost and is completely transformational, will bring, I believe, billions of pounds of investment to the area. It shows what we can achieve as a collaborative area working between both the North and South Bank. And I guess for me, the ask is that we continue to be joined up and achieve things going forward by talking and bringing our experts together to get the best outcomes.